little this one, what you call happy mode.
No, yesterday when he told me that, I was thinking, wow, what an opportunity. That's all. And there ended the matter. So in the night he called me saying that, look, I hope you remember me. I said, yes, definitely I remember you. And then we had a very nice cordial talk. And then he said, when are you coming? So I said, it's been 6 years after I left. This December will be 6 years. So they want to sign up for a long time. I said, look, I'm working in ABB. So that's the reason he first asked me, what do you generally do for a living? So I said, I'm working with ABB. Then he didn't have anything else to ask me. So, but I was wondering, he said, this role is what you were doing earlier. I said, okay, fine, very nice. So I need to now recommend somebody. And my friend used to earn 8 lakhs per month, and this one is for 5 lakh. So he said, you will get whatever you want. I said, okay. I didn't say yes, I didn't say no, I didn't say anything. Then he understood. He said, please recommend somebody. I said, okay. Okay, so now who is going to enjoy Dubai? Is the mind. Anyway, I've seen Dubai. There is no point in going back to Dubai. But this thing is to work from Bangalore only. So it will be for 9 months. This project is for 9 months, and they would extend it. So basically it is for, normally Deloitte signs up for 3 years. Or now he is working with another consulting firm. So it's called as Protivity. This is in the big 5 segment. Okay, I think Padma Shri might be thinking what is happening, so nothing is happening. Let's go to Vivekachudamani.
No, I'm not thinking anything is happening. It is. I know that yesterday you might have got a call and somebody might have asked you this question. So
Yeah. So,
your state of mind you are discussing here. I mean, what was your state of mind?
yeah. So I didn't feel compelled to say that, okay, when should I quit from ABB and start working here, and how good it will be and all that. So let's go back to Pranamaya Kosha. Yesterday we finished Annamaya Kosha. So one thing we need to note is that the difference between devotional way and Vivekachudamani. In the normal devotion, wherein I would like to be devoted to a god or a deity or something like that, it's more towards looking at the bhuta. Okay, so there is nothing wrong in that, but Shankaracharya Vivekachudamani is of chitta. It has got nothing to do with bhuta. So when we finish that Annamaya Kosha, it means that bhuta understanding is done. That means you are letting go of this solidity which is Prithvi by understanding the Annamaya Kosha, because it has all the 5 elements. It has the Prithvi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu and Akasha. All the 5 forms this body called as human body or animal body or whatever body. So now if we get into Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha, it is more towards the chitta, not towards the body. Whereas the devotion is more towards the body than towards the chitta, meaning more towards the bhuta than to the chitta. So any questions you have before we start on this Pranamaya Kosha?
No, I lost you for some 30 seconds.
No, what I was saying is that, this chapter from now onwards will take you to Chitta than to the Bhuta. The first chapter, what we did on Annamaya Kosha, is only on the Bhuta. So generally, when we are devotional, we are in Bhuta Shuddhi than on Chitta Shuddhi. So if we don't understand the Chitta, then it becomes very difficult to move forward beyond the Pranamaya Kosha. We'll get stuck in Manomaya Kosha. Meaning, we'll not be able to get whatever he is talking about. We will still finish the subject, that is not an issue. But the experience, what you should have in the third volume, you will not have, because the Chitta is not there. Just like when we looked at Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we did 2 of that. So we looked at the sadhana and samadhi pada, or samadhi pada and sadhana pada. Then we got stuck. Vibhuti pada, because we were not having any experience whatever is mentioned there. Meaning, by the time we go there, our Chitta should be purified in such a way that you are able to become 2 and 2 becoming 4, and you can exist at 2 places at the same time. All that you should start experiencing. Supposing if we 4 of were not able to experience anything out of it, so it ends, the game ends. Because we have not done the manana properly. So this, from now onwards, from Pranamaya Kosha to Manomaya Kosha to Anandamaya Kosha, out of 24 hours, let us say 6 hours will go in sleep. The remaining 18 hours have to be spent on these 4. That is Annamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, and all that. Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha. All the 5 koshas we should be practicing in whatever we are doing. Let us say we are talking to a colleague, you have to look it like an Anna, the body to whom. At present, I don't see any one of your body. So basically, the sound which is coming is from senses. So we are coming into the Manomaya Kosha, basically. We are at present not in the physical or physical form. So we don't see each other right now. So we are only attributing things or understanding, not understanding based upon the voice or the sound. Same thing when we have a daily stand-up meeting or some discussion or something on a project. It is just a combination of Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha, which is what is called as I and you and me and all that. That practice we need to do without a break.
Yeah. Just now you said, when starting, devotion is only for this Annamaya Kosha, where Bhuta connection.
Correct.
What is devotion? Your definition of devotion here?
Devotion is that
I was thinking devotion is coming from inside. So Manomaya Kosha is also involved. I was thinking so far.
No, when we go into Manomaya Kosha, you will find that out.
What is the then devotion means what?
See, now I am devoted to you. Let us say I am devoted to Subramanya Bhatt. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Meaning, as long as your body remains, I am devoted to you.
Yeah, no, devotion you use with God, right? I am devotee of Sai Baba. Devotee of
then we
Shirdi Sai Baba, for example, if I do.
Yeah, so which
I am still devoted. His body is not there. Still I am devoted.
You are still devoted in the mind of creating the body.
Okay, fine.
So you will be creating the body irrespective of whether the person exists or doesn't exist. So I will say my guru is in mind form and I can see his body.
Okay.
So
if you have that visualization, it is Annamaya Kosha. That is what you are telling. His Annamaya Kosha.
Yes, he's Annamaya Kosha. So
But not your Annamaya Kosha, because you can think only through your mind.
yes, so it's not my Annamaya Kosha, but so whenever we interact in the office, we are interacting based upon the body language.
Yes. Got it. I think fine. That's fine.
So either we are devoted or we are not devoted. Meaning I am devoted to company means people working over there, I like their nature through the body, even though it is mind which is what I am interested in, but it seems to me that I am attached to the body. Just like if I like my wife, what is that I'm liking in the wife? It is more about the body. Or I like a flute, or I like a tabla, or I like this or like that. All that is more of a physical form, rupa.
Okay.
So what Shankara does is that he now moves into the chitta. So
Your voice is breaking for me.
how about others? Lata, you're able to hear?
Yeah, I have no problems. I can hear you very well.
Okay.
I don't know about others. Lata and Padmash, are you able to hear him?
I am able to hear. Yes.
We are able to. Oh, then problem is at my end. You just go ahead. Yeah, maybe I will do something.
No, you don't have to do anything, but I'm able to hear you properly.
Okay.
So now what we are going to do is, from now onwards, we are more interested in the chitta. What does the chitta do? To understand the chitta, he starts with prana. Okay, so now we are coming into the first shloka of Pranamaya Kosha, which is 165. So he says it consists of karmendriya, panchabhihi, panchintaha ayam, pranaha bhavet, pranamayah tu koshaha, yena atmavan annamayah anupurnaha pranavate asau sakala kriyasu. So karmendriya, 5 things which are there. So 2 hands and 2 legs and all of that. That are part of Pranamaya Kosha. Pranaha bhavet, the prana which is vital here, is part of the Pranamaya Kosha. So this prana is breathing the oxygen or whatever the prana into this food sheath or the Annamaya Kosha. So pravartate asau sakala kriyasu, that this body is able to manage or perform its various functions and activities through prana, not because it can do by itself. So now when prana is there and body is working, that means if prana goes away, there is no body. And prana itself cannot be self, is what he explains in 166. Na eva atma api prana mayah vayu vikarah ganta aganta vayuvat antaha bahihi eshaha yasmat kinchit kvapi na vetti ishtam anishtam swam va anyam va kinchana nityam paratantraha. This vital air or vayu, what is there, cannot be self because it is modification of that prana. So prana, apana, vyana, sudana, samana. So it becomes 5 parts of the same prana. Ganta aganta vayuvat, as air the prana enters and goes inside and it goes out. So if something was real, it wouldn't have gone out. Because it is arising and passing away, it cannot be real. Yasmat kinchit kwapi navetti ishtam anishtam, of anything at any place at any time. The prana does not know the joy and the sorrow. Swam va anyam va kinchana nityam paratantraha, neither of its own nor of others. That means it is always dependent on something else. So he says pranamaya kosha cannot be the true self because it doesn't know its own existence. Just like the body doesn't know its existence, the prana also doesn't have its own existence. So when it doesn't have its own existence, then how can we then say that it is prana is self? So what we really say then, that is my prana, pancha prana, I love it, or I feel I am prana. So what Shankara says is that you are not the prana. You have got nothing to do with prana. Any questions here? Because we ended pranamaya kosha.
So pranamaya kosha is tightly coupled with the annamaya kosha, correct?
Yes.
First one.
Yes. So it is dependent on annamaya kosha only. So you,
Pranamaya kosha is dependent on Annamaya kosha or the other way around.
it is dependent on annamaya kosha because it is entering into the body and getting outside the body.
So it needs a body to get in and get out.
Yes, it needs a body to get in and get out. If without that body, it cannot go in or go out.
Oh, okay, before entering body, where was that pranamaya?
So now we come back to the same question. Where was this prana? The prana was there everywhere.
No, question is, see, you moved from one body to another body. While moving, you are moving along with your, what you call, triguna, and then you are going with your karma. And I don't know, manasu, buddhi, ahankara, chitta is also there, part of that?
Yes, it is there as part of it in the
Okay,
chitta.
everything as a package, it goes from here to there, like our CD.
Yes, and in the chitta itself there is prana.
Say, one software coming from one main server to the another server, it moves, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then it will start showing only when it gets the hardware. That's Annamaya kosha.
Yes.
So during that time, it is like a nidra avastha. Nothing is there.
Yes, but it is very simple. Is that every
Yeah, I'll ask one more question.
Yeah, sure,
Then you
go
can together respond. So it will move from one place to other place, and it is continuously looking for another body. Okay, according to some body in the formation, it just enters.
correct.
Then Vardhayate and all that, Parimindamana, everything happens. So that for movement happens from one body to another body, and also it will be there in Avyakta somewhere in the Bija Rupa for long time, maybe till it's another body. That movement happens because of what? Your karma will start acting only when you are inside the body. Otherwise, there is no three karmas.
See, the basic of everything is vasana. So first we should not forget that there is something called as vasana. And why did the vasana start? Because of raga, dvesha, moha, which is creating the disturbance. Okay. So why does a being happen? Is because of vasana. Why does a bhava or the bhavatarana, what we call, happens is because of that vasana. Now because of that vasana, the chitta, what has prana to itself. So it causes the prana to work on anything it takes. So it has to take the 5 elements. So this 5 element then becomes life. It is filled with life. Just like what we saw the other day on that video of plant growing. So in that plant growing, where is the prana? Is prana in that mud? No. Is the prana is in the seed? No. But because of the presence of consciousness, the prana came into that mud. So because of the consciousness, the prana has come into this mud. Who is speaking right now? Now why this being?
So,
yeah, go ahead.
So I'll just admit in a question, then you can continue. So when the prana departs from one body, it is there everywhere because of vasana. Again, it gets attached to another body.
Correct.
Then it will continue its journey.
Correct.
That means everybody, all pranas is there in this jagat. I can say, I don't know, jagat, everywhere.
Correct.
Is there so many number of pranas everywhere?
You can see, no? So everything which is getting manifested as some being gets into prana.
Now, when you go to Devaloka and when you start, you will have your own body there, maybe Asharira body or something. So there also is the same prana, right?
Yes, there also same prana.
So prana is there everywhere. The moment it comes to one body, then it is there within the body only. Can I assume that way?
Yes, it seems to be there in that same body even though it is arising and passing away. It is going away from your body. I think while we used to meet up, I used to say that 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, right? 3 parts. We had this discussion on prana. This 1/3, 2/3 is the one which is the prana. 1/3 is prana. The remaining thing is not the prana. So we also discussed about how the prana comes in and how it modifies and all that. So basically, for prana to manifest, it requires 5 elements. Otherwise, it cannot manifest. So wherever 5 elements get manifested, even in Deva realm of existence or a Brahma realm of existence, the 5 elements exist in a subtle form. Then the prana comes. So prana is dependent on the 5 elements. And prana doesn't know it is joy and just sorrow and all that. It is just prana. Just like body doesn't know that there is a joy and a sorrow and other things.
So that prana, when it is not there in the body, still that awareness is there. That's the reason it is moving from one place to another.
Yes, that is correct.
So after death, that prana will have complete awareness. Before death, now we have awareness of only our body.
No,
And
after
only
death,
yogis will have beyond that.
No,
Otherwise, my awareness only within my body.
after death, the prana becomes avyakta again. It becomes avyakta.
Now, avyakta means, is there a time space limited? No. But
No, it
there
is not.
everywhere.
It is not. So when the condition matches, it again comes back to life.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I think
yeah. Go ahead, Lata.
I think when the consciousness moves out of the body, the prana cannot stay. It will also go off.
It will also go on. Yes, that is correct.
But still, that consciousness will be attached to that body, right? Otherwise, the prana will not have an energy.
Consciousness is not attached to anything at all, but that is what we are trying to find out. The real you is not attached to anything.
Oh, it is completely independent. Okay.
Completely independent. It seemingly it is part of it.
Can I say this way? Without that, my body is not there. Without consciousness. Similarly, without consciousness, prana cannot. No existence of prana. Can I say that way?
Yeah, without consciousness, there is no Ananda. So there is no Anandamaya Kosha. Without that, there is no Manomaya Kosha. Sorry, Vijnanamaya Kosha. Without that, there is no Manomaya Kosha. Without that, there is no Pranamaya Kosha. Without that, there is no Annamaya Kosha.
So all these 5 koshas are properly connected. Only thing is that Chaitanya is is independent.
And that is the magician to whom we are going to meet up.
Yes.
So when you die, the subtle body moves out. It is up to Manomaya Kosha.
But it will also have the subtle intellect also, which is Vijnanamaya.
Yeah, up to. I meaning from Anandamaya Kosha to
Yes.
Vijnanamaya Kosha to Manomaya Kosha, but Pranamaya Kosha and Annamaya Kosha will go away.
Annamaya Kosha anyway it is inert, so there is no point in talking about that.
Correct.
So what is that we are talking about is from Pranamaya Kosha to Anandamaya Kosha. All of
So
that. Go ahead.
in Kalati, and Shankaracharya's mother Aryamba prayed God that I need one very nice Vidyut related one baby. She got it. So in this process, her prarthana, because of which it has entered her womb, right?
Yes.
And also the karma of that Shankaracharya matched to that. Otherwise it wouldn't have come.
Yes.
Because this is very, very complicated science now. Because prayer works. That means when you pray with the Shuddha Manas, things will happen.
Yeah, so the Shuddha Manas is the pure Chitta. So it will happen.
Pure Chitta. So if I pray that I should go to movie today, I will go because my Chitta will start working.
Yes, but it is contaminated.
It is contaminated. So it depends on what I want, vasana, things will happen around me.
Yes. So
I was trying to understand my Jagat, whatever is around, I always blame others. You have not done. Actually, it is not like that problem, it is my problem.
Correct.
Okay. Pranamaya Kosha. I think I got some clarity. We can go to maybe next Kosha.
Yeah, now we come to 167 to 171.
Yeah.
So 167 to 171, we are in the Manomaya Kosha. So now we slowly go here because it is the most difficult one to understand. So first is Jnana. Indriyani cha manaha cha manomaya syat. So if you think you exist, it is Manomaya Kosha. Okay. Koshaha mama aham iti vastu vikalpa hetu. The proliferation of I and mine thoughts are part of this Kosha. Samgnya Bheda Sabgnadi Bheda Kala Na Kalitaha Kala Na Kalitaha Baliyan Tat Purva Kosham Abhipurya Vijrambate Yaha. So this Manomaya Kosha creates differences in names, and it is essential having a powerful faculty it is endowed with, so it can differentiate between this and that. Tat Purva Kosham Abhipurya Vijrambate Yaha. The vital, that is prana, that preceded it is pervaded by it and is manifested form of it. So the Pranamaya Kosha gives rise to Manomaya Kosha. Any confusion?
Okay, Pranamaya. So Manomaya Kosha is it is taken birth from Pranamaya Kosha, or it is another entity connected to the Pranamaya Kosha?
It is not different, it is not the same also. It becomes part of it.
From where it has come? From Pranamaya?
No, the preceding one was Pranamaya. Tat Purva Kosham. Purva Kosha is Pranamaya. Abhipurya, that is, it manifests or it pervaded. It seems to cover up the Pranamaya Kosha. Vijrambate Yaha. Vijrambate means it comes into operation because of that, because of the prana.
Yeah, because of the prana, the manas will start working.
Yes, if there is no prana, there is no manas.
There is no one. That is the reason.
Yeah.
That is the reason when you are meditating and your breath stops for some time, then you feel your mind is still. That means there are no thoughts and there are no mind there.
Yes.
Right?
I wanted to tell that, but I thought let me see anybody.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So, when you have no movement of that breathing, it comes down, no breath. During that time, you are in the deep meditation stage, isn't it? That's what. Because then no thoughts are coming.
Yes.
Correct? That's what you are telling.
Yes.
No thoughts is equivalent to that meditation, that stage. So meditation means there is no prana.
No, meditation means there is no mind.
No. There's no mind. Prana is there, right?
But you know what happens? You have to understand like this. When you keep on meditating, the breath will stop.
Yes.
So when you say breath is stopping means there is no mind without breath.
Correct.
So how do you know? I'll just tell you how to really experience it. Let us say somebody calls you and say that there is a bad news. What changes?
Immediately your breath stops. Telegram, equivalent olden days, na? Any telegram is that.
Not only stops, your heart will start pacing.
Yes.
And
The mind is stuck.
the mind is stuck now. It wants to know what it is.
Yes.
Okay, so that is one. Yesterday the call came saying that why don't you join back? So what happens? Same thing. Mind is disturbed. So the prana gets disturbed. So what gets disturbed is the prana. So if the mind is stable, the prana doesn't get disturbed. So
Yeah, that's why we do all this pranayama and all that.
yes. So that the mind can be controlled. Okay, so what is the raw material for the mind? It is Nama and Rupa only. So I'm working for this organization is one Nama and there is a Rupa created in the mind. Then I'm going to work for some other organization, another Nama and Rupa is created. So my 6 years back, almost 6 years back stay of Abu Dhabi immediately came yesterday. When the call came from UAE, it was showing that call from UAE. So then immediately it connected. And the person whom I knew, meaning his voice I heard, it connected the body. His body would have changed. He said that, look, at that time when you met me, I had only one son, now I have another daughter. So the whole thing has changed, but still the mind got connected. So then it wants to know what it is. So that person, that is his mind and a voice saying that here is an opportunity. So now what should happen? My breathing pattern will change. I'm excited. Okay, I'm excited. I start dreaming. And that too, it's such a nice thing that I don't have to go anywhere. I can sit at home and work for 9 months. And I get more than 3 times or Yeah, 3 times, more than 3 times of what I'm getting in this company. So such an excitement.
Yes.
So should I not take it? Who is taking what? It is just the prana and the mano, that's all.
Yeah, correct.
So if I meditate, then it drops.
Okay, same thing I'm putting in same this case analyzing. If you are getting 3 times more and you want to do in your life completely spiritual life maximum, in that case, if you take more money, that's your capacity. With a less time, you get more time for your spiritual. Why you are planning to compromise on your spirituality?
No, it's not about spiritual, no spiritual. You have to just observe what happens to the pranamaya kosha, what happens to the manomaya kosha with the information what you're getting. If I am spiritual, I will see what is happening.
Yes.
If I am not spiritual, I will feel excited. So I am not spiritual.
Correct. Yeah, the word excited is not spiritual. Right.
Both are excitement only. The somebody dying is also an excitement, and somebody getting a job is also an excitement only.
Yes, big change. Sudden some big change.
Yes, and this excitement will say that, oh shit, how did it happen? Oh, heart attack or this one or that one or some accident or whatever it is, right? So then mind is the pranamaya kosha is disturbed because the manomaya kosha is disturbed. Let us say if there was no excitement and somebody called and said that, look, so and so person is dead. I say, okay, thank you. I'll come and have a look. No, this is Corona time, so I can't come. Okay, finished. Now what happens? There is no change in the pranamaya kosha.
So the mind will get disturbed first and then disturbs the prana.
Yes. Because
message comes and then it is absorbed by mind. It will use that, its vasana, it will process and then it impacts prana. So so what we are supposed to do is don't allow any impact on prana, right?
Yes.
Because of any news.
Of any news, because it is just a sound.
And similarly, you should not have change in your breathing pattern because of the news.
Exactly. So whether it is news or whether it is views or whether you see something, all have its correlation on the prana. So the only thing we come to know is that we get very excited. Independence Day, excitement is there. Independence Day ended, no excitement.
Yeah.
Okay, see now, yesterday or Sunday, so many status updates, all putting India flag and this and that, and so much of music, so much of the national anthem and blah blah blah, all of that. So there's excitement. So your prana is changed.
Yes.
And when the evening happened, everybody forgot all about the Independence Day. Then they went to sleep. So Monday, it's life as usual, business as usual. So what was the difference between Sunday and Monday?
If you remove the time, it is same.
It is same. So,
only clock is ticking.
yeah. So, but there is an excitement that it was an Independence Day, and yesterday there is no excitement. But the prana is depleted due to excitement.
So we have to keep all the time prana high, huh?
Yes. How do you keep your prana high? By not making the mind get worked up, either on good news or bad news. See, what if ABB calls me, or let us say 3 of you decide that my service is not required from tomorrow. Would I feel unhappy?
Spiritual person, no difference. If something comes, good. Doesn't come, excellent.
But
Like that.
actually, what will happen if you were to tell me that? I will feel so excited, because then I can call my friend saying that, hey, why don't I join back? you were telling me God answered to my request. So it's good riddance that ABB decided to cancel my contract and they didn't find me fit, which is so good news. All along I was talking very good about ABB, and suddenly, because of this new
Excellent happens.
because of this new thing which has happened, I am more than eager to let go of it. And now I feel, and in fact I will go and say that, look, ABB is not a very good pay master. They pay very less. I got a job which is 3.5, they are paying 3.5 times than what I was earning. So now what happens? The prana is again gone. Whether I work there or not, that is secondary. The prana is gone.
So that is the reason we say we are working for satisfaction, or we are committed, and we will see that commitment. Till commitment is over, I am there, right?
Yes.
Money is secondary compared to commitment. That is what the message you are doing now.
Yes, I am committed now. So whatever opportunities come, they come. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Having accepted to do something, you just do it. If they say no, it's genuinely not required, then if some other opportunity comes, you will decide. But why?
Say now between two people, for example, divorce happens in India more and more now. There's a commitment from both sides.
Correct.
Now things are not going well.
So,
Divorce happens.
yeah,
So
go ahead.
at the time of commitment, dharmecha, arthecha, kamecha, nacharani. So it says we will be together till the end of the life. Now in between, the commitment is missed due to some mismatch. We don't know what is that mismatch. So during that time, what happens in the two people? Means what I'm telling is, everybody, both sides are professional. They know what is commitment means.
Same thing happens as what I told you about job. That's all. Suddenly I see that person is not good character.
Correct.
Just like I see now ABB is not a good paymaster.
Yeah, exactly. This is very interesting. It's a real-time example. You suddenly feel because of the market conditions, ABB is not a paymaster. Now commitment is given that I will work for. The commitment is given what? Either till the end of the project or 3 months notice.
That is correct.
So either way, people can decide.
Yes.
Yes, this is sufficient, and I have better opportunity.
No,
But company feels that I have invested so much in you, and you are not returning that.
Correct. So now there are two sides to this commitment. One is an organization commitment and one is an employee commitment. Something similar to husband and wife. They both are committed. And they both are not committed also. They are committed based upon condition.
Yes.
So provided the condition works, we are committed. If the condition doesn't work, then we are not committed.
Yes.
So in both the cases, whether it is employee and employer and husband and wife, since it is contractual oriented, if the company doesn't feel happy of my work, they can send me off. If employee feels that I've got a better opportunity, I can go, so I don't have to stay with that company. Similarly, the wife who became a wife decided that there's better opportunity being out because this guy is not good. Suddenly she felt because she met somebody who is better than him, or she felt that she can this guy, his nature is not good, she's better off being an individual rather than being in the company of this person. Same thing with husband. he saw a girl who is far better than what he had married. So now he is finding fault in such a way that they can separate. So basically it is contractually drawn, and also it is expectation drawn. It is depending upon the condition. Just like the Annamaya Kosha is dependent on the Pranamaya Kosha, or Pranamaya Kosha is dependent on Annamaya Kosha, and Manomaya Kosha is dependent on the Pranamaya Kosha. Similarly, all of these are dependencies. So as long as the condition and dependency matches, everything works. So now, yesterday news is a change of condition, a new condition.
It is external condition.
Okay, it's a condition, external, internal, doesn't matter, but it can shake up the prana through mano.
Yes.
So how does it do it? The moment the number is said, the excitement begins, because mind understands numbers. If there is no number, there is no mind. If two persons are compared and you have said that you are a grade and that person is a B grade person, where it is getting registered? In the mind only. A grade is good, B grade is bad. What if there was no grading at all? What if there was no number at all? What would have happened? There is no change in the prana. So because of name and form, which is a raw material, the Manomaya Kosha comes up. Otherwise, there is nothing called as Manomaya Kosha. So Jnana Indriyas is, it has the Jnana, that's all. So organ of knowledge has the Karma Indriyas to its core. So it knows what karma to be done using those Indriyas. So the mano is not required there. But when it does, it says, I did it. So it has mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, or ahankara, chitta. That is what mano is all about.
So now when we have kosha, that's Annamaya Kosha and then Pranamaya Kosha. Whatever comes through Annamaya Kosha, it enters Pranamaya Kosha and it can disturb there. Correct? That's what you are talking.
Yes.
Is it possible for me to stop in Annamaya Kosha only? All these problems which is coming from outside. Don't bring it further in to Pranamaya.
No, you can't do that, but you don't have to get attached to Annamaya Kosha through Pranamaya Kosha.
Yeah, if I don't attach, then it will not enter further. Correct, it will stop there. If I see something, nothing, it's only Annamaya Kosha has seen something, doesn't go to Pranamaya.
Yes, your prana will not get shaken up.
This is through meditation.
Yeah.
When a stable mind means nothing will disturb me.
So then what happens? The Manomaya Kosha will not shake up the Pranamaya Kosha, and Pranamaya Kosha will not shake up the Annamaya Kosha. So your BP will not get disturbed.
Okay. See, for disturbing this BP due to bad news, for example, everything is nowadays happening good news only because market is up. When the bad news comes, first that message enters your mind. What kosha is that? And then it comes to
That is the
Manomaya to Pranamaya, Pranamaya to Annamaya, right?
No. First information hits the Anandamaya Kosha. If you were to go from there, you will feel the Ananda. You are expecting an Ananda.
Okay.
Then from Ananda, it gets filtered down into the Vijnanamaya Kosha, where you have the intellect. It says that whether it is good thing or bad thing. Then it gets filtered from there, comes to Manomaya Kosha. And Manomaya Kosha feels that I got an offer. Like I said in the morning, I got an offer. That I got an offer is coming from Manomaya Kosha.
Then body jumps.
No, then it disturbs the prana. And the prana then shakes up the body.
Okay. So message comes to Anandamaya Kosha first.
Yes, we are in search of Ananda.
We are in search of that. Okay.
Everybody is working in the organization for Ananda only, not for suffering.
So Sukha Dukkha comes through Anandamaya Kosha.
Yes. And
it can happen the other way around also, right? When the body has got pain, when the body has got pain, it is first the body which is.
yes, and again it is experienced through prana. It goes into mano, then vijnanamaya kosha and anandamaya kosha.
So both directions, the trigger can, depending on the trigger, it can.
Correct, but we are in search of ananda. Correct.
Most often, whatever you are consuming through the indriyas, it hits the anandamaya kosha and takes that direction. But something which hits the body directly, the annamaya kosha directly, takes the path in the opposite direction.
Correct. That is the only time you go on the other side.
Okay, shall I say like this? Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha, whichever comes to Annamaya Kosha, it goes to Anandamaya Kosha and it will impact them, right? One after the other.
Yes.
Similarly, this kind of message what I received just now is also, it entered through it is not from Shabda. Through Shabda it entered, but it is entered, that means my Annamaya Kosha. Then only it moved to Anandamaya Kosha, not from Anandamaya Kosha back.
No. The Shabda entered through Anandamaya Kosha.
Shabda entered through Anandamaya Kosha.
No, you have answered this question some time ago, but you like this classical music, right? That is Shabda. Isn't it giving you a meditation kind of experience?
It gives.
That is Ananda.
It's a direct Anandamaya.
Yes, it is hitting the Anandamaya Kosha, but the same classical music played to me, I don't like it.
Yes.
So you are feeling blissful, but I am not feeling blissful, right?
Yes.
Why? Because it is a pain to me and a pleasure to you.
Vilas, even then I feel it is going, see, the Indriya is belonging to the body. So it is entering the body, the prana is refreshed, the mano is, the memory is triggered, then the intellect is making it understand that, this is something which I like, and then based on that, it makes you ananda. I feel all of them go through this process.
I was thinking that way.
No, in fact, the senses have got nothing to do with the Annamaya Kosha.
Senses are connected to that.
Senses should be available. Then the senses should be available when the Annamaya Kosha is.
Say now. No, wait. No.
When you die, the Annamaya Kosha is inert. So after that, you don't get any senses. If the senses has got no relationship with the Annamaya Kosha, then we should not be having any. Meaning, we should still be able to hear, see and touch. Or I feel it is related to the Annamaya Kosha.
Okay, then we
requires the prana to prana and the intellect to recognize it, but the physical format is the Annamaya Kosha.
Very good. So we have to go back to 154th verse, Annamaya Kosha. So let's start with that. 154 verse. It only talks about the Deha. Okay. Then it says body is like only a sense object. And body is just a subject. Then it talks about self. Okay. Then giving up body identification, and we came into Pranamaya Kosha. And in the Pranamaya Kosha, it talks about Karmendriya. And where does this senses come? It is in Manomaya Kosha. The Cheda, that is for eye and ears, nose, tongue, all of that is created in the physical, but it is not available there at all. All these koshas, all these senses are in the mind, that is from Pranamaya onwards. Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. These four have these senses. So the Jnana Indriya.
I think we both are saying the same thing. Basically, the physical format is coming through the Annamaya Kosha.
Correct.
But the recognition is happening
in the Manomaya Kosha.
At the Manomaya Kosha.
Correct. So the senses don't exist in the body. Even
So what I am saying is that we were talking about the direction. No, I don't say the senses exist in the body. What I'm saying is the direction in which the whole trigger is moving. It enters the Annamaya Kosha through here, through Indriyas.
yes,
And after that it is going, meaning the prana is the energy with which it is really moving to the Manomaya Kosha. If the prana was not there, it wouldn't have gone into the Manomaya Kosha
Right.
at all to
Absolutely.
recognize.
absolutely
And in the Manomaya Kosha, the recognition is happening.
correct.
And then with the intellect's help, it is trying to say, okay, I like it, I don't like it, and those kinds of analysis happens at the intellect level.
Correct.
And after that, the Ananda is achieved. All these things happen in a very short duration, but it
Yes, that is correct. That is the right way. So all feeling is happening in the mind.
Can you say again last part?
Which one?
Finally, what was the conclusion?
To whom? To whom? To Papaji?
Padmasri was explaining. No? I think
Yeah.
both of you had agreement.
I meant the track is coming from the physical body is the one
Yes.
which is receiving the physical media, that is whether it is light or sound or touch, whatever it is the physical media. It is with the help of prana that it is even bringing it to the Manomaya Kosha, and Manomaya Kosha is recognizing it. That is where the Indriya is having, that is where the senses are recognized, and after that the analysis is done at the Jnanamaya Kosha, and then meaning whether you like it, don't like it, all these things happen, and the Ananda or the irritation happens at the Anandamaya Kosha.
Yes, this is my experience. Perfect for my understanding.
No, that is experience of everyone. So the music hits the Anandamaya Kosha
Yes.
through the physical ear. So even though
Yeah.
it is the physical ear, but the sensing of that is happening in Manomaya Kosha. And to classify it as what we can say classical music or non-classical music is happening in Vijnanamaya Kosha. Based upon that is Ananda.
Now, see, you are suddenly.
I need to leave now. I
Oh,
have
it's already 9:30. Yeah. We can continue this.
Yeah, we can continue this tomorrow.
I will. Yeah, you have another meeting, Vilas?
No, I don't have
I
anything.
have one more.
Okay, then I have only one question. If you don't have a meeting with Vilas, no problem.
Okay, fine. Then I will leave.
Before I forget.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, William.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Vilas, one question is, when this message enters, till Anandamaya Kosha, we said how it moves from one kosha to another kosha. Suddenly there is something called ethics. Where is that ethics enters? Because based on ethics only you will enjoy. Because you got a job. You said my ethics is I am committed to ABP. I should not go there. So that ethics part, where exactly it comes into picture? Or the filtering the information before even sending it to Anandamaya Kosha?
Vijnanamaya Kosha.
Okay.
It is in the Vijnanamaya Kosha. That is where the intellect is. It decide whether to do or not to do.
Okay. Yeah, because music will be same for both. I like it or not depends on my taste. The taste comes there, right? Vijnanamaya Kosha.
Right. That is where it is.
Okay, fine. ಓಕೆ ವಿಲಾಸ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇವರು ಸುಧೀಂದ್ರ ಅವರು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ.
Okay.
ಮೊನ್ನೆ